Hi y'all, Doug here. Today we're going to make a really delicious sandwich. It's an Italian sandwich with a lot of yummy ingredients, so I hope you stay tuned. Welcome back to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas, and today we're going to make a really delicious sandwich. It's a perfect sandwich for the summertime if you go out on a picnic or maybe just at home for lunch or even dinner. It is so good, so yummy, and we're going to get started. So the very first thing we want is you need to get a little tiny skillet like this. We're going to get some olive oil and some garlic, and we're going to heat that up just a little bit. We're heating up our skillet and have this on a low flame. We're going to add olive oil. Probably about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, all right? Because this is going to be what we're gonna use to brush our bread with. And I'm gonna cook up a little garlic. And I'm gonna do probably about a big heaping teaspoon of this. So just a big, that sounds like a lot of garlic, but our bread is kind of large, so it's gonna work out perfectly. All right, so I'm going to just put this in the olive oil. All we want to do is just heat this up slightly. We're not going to burn our garlic or anything like that. We just want to mix the olive oil with the garlic, the minced garlic, and really make sure that those two come together well. So we're just going to heat this up just a little bit, probably for like maybe a minute or two. Okay, so today we're going to be using this really pretty ciabatta bread. Now, ciabatta bread actually got discovered in 1982 by an Italian. It was actually in response to the French baguette, because French baguette became so popular. So this is made out of wheat flour, water, olive oil, yeast, and salt. And so really yummy. This is going to make a really nice sandwich bread. And as you can see, it's kind of on the thin side, but we're going to be slicing it in half. I have a serrated knife right here. We're going to be slicing it in half, and then we're going to take out some of the inside, just a little bit, and then we're going to brush it with that delicious olive oil and garlic. So as you can see, I have my bread right here. I'm just going to start slicing in the middle. And basically what you want to do is try your best to go in a straight line. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Excellent. So this, I'm just going to take out just a little bit. It's actually very thin, so you really don't have to take out that much. And then we're gonna brush it with that delicious olive oil and garlic, so stay tuned. Okay, so we actually have the oven on. We're gonna actually bake this bread at 375 for around 10 minutes. I have my olive oil and my garlic mixture here, and I'm just going to brush that on to the inside of this bread. It's almost gonna make it like a garlic bread. So yummy. You want to make sure you get every bit of that delicious ciabatta. Okay. Yum. All right, so we're just brushing that on. And as you can see, I did not remove too much of the inside. This is the inside. And if you wanted to reuse that for breadcrumbs or something like that, you could. All right, we are going to place this on a pizza tray. Why? Because it has these holes at the bottom. So you can use just a regular baking tray. You don't even have to use the tray. You can just put it in your oven. But like I said, we're gonna bake this at 375 for around 10 minutes. Then we're gonna start, once it cools a little bit, well, we're gonna let it cool a lot. Then we're gonna be using our sandwich meats and our cheeses and all the fixings, so I cannot wait. Okay, so in this bowl I have here, I have some different types of olives, and olives they are a fruit. And I have some Kalamata here, I have some Castelvetrano, Cerignola, and Manzanilla, I think it's pronounced. Just a bunch of different olives, and you can choose whatever olives you want to use. I have some extra virgin olive oil, and I'm getting this little, kind of the smasher here. And I'm gonna smash up these olives. And I'm using, like I said, there's some olive oil in here, and you just want to smash up these olives. We're almost gonna make like, almost like a relish, really, when you think about it, that we're gonna use for our sandwich. All right, so I'm just smashing these up. You can put some Italian seasoning in here, which you don't have to do that much because in the sandwich we're gonna be using some Italian parsley and basil. But if you wanted to add a little of that, a little garlic powder, salt and pepper, and I'm not going to be using that much pepper on this. The reason why is because we're using, one of the meats we're using is peppered turkey breast. So it's already going to have that pepper taste. Plus, we have arugula, some arugula, and if you know anything about arugula, it's kind of peppery. So you don't have to put that much unless you want to. So it's really to taste. So as you can see, I'm smashing all this up. You don't have to smash up too much. We can leave some bigger chunks because they're super yummy. So good. Really good. So this is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna take this really big piece out and take a bite of it because it's so good. All right, let's talk about the meats and the cheeses we're gonna be using. Okay, so let's take a look at all the delicious ingredients we're gonna use for this sandwich. First of all, we got our little olive mixture here. I'll call it our olive relish. It's sort of like our dressing that we're gonna be using. We have some Genoa salami here, some prosciutto, and we also have that peppered turkey breast. Now you can also use like mortadella and many other different types of meats if you'd want to, different types of hams, but I think this is gonna be good for our sandwich for today. We have some white onion that I cut up kind of, coarsely, it doesn't have to be perfect. We got some mozzarella cheese here, provolone. Provolone cheese is it's not that strong, so it gives a nice little taste to it. We have the Italian parsley and some basil that's been coarsely chopped. We have some delicious Roma tomatoes that have been thinly sliced. You can see how thin they are. See how thin that is? So you definitely want your tomatoes thin. And then we have a mix here of some lettuce, which consists of the arugula, consists of the iceberg lettuce, maybe a little carrots in there, and a little bit of some red cabbage. A little bit of that, a little shredded. And you can buy the cabbage that's in a bag if you want, and that's what I did here. That's why you see the carrot and a little bit of that red cabbage. And I bought the arugula separately. It's baby arugula, and I just basically chopped it up a little bit. All right, so these are all the delicious ingredients we're gonna be using for our sandwich. So our bread is pretty much cooled down, and what we gotta do is we're gonna just put our little olive mixture all over the top. top or bottom. This is actually the top, but you could put it at the bottom. I really should have put it at the bottom, but it doesn't matter because we'll just flip it. So we have our delicious olives. Look at that. Can you see that? Looks so yummy. Just right on top. Okay. And now we're going to start with our meats. So I'm going to start with the salami. Now this is the bottom of the bread. So I'm just going to place the salami just like this. Looks good. And now I'm going to go with actually I'm going to do cheese. I'm going to do a layer of the mozzarella cheese. And then I'm going to go with the turkey breast. Yum. Now I'm going to add my onions. And I'm actually going to drizzle just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. So I'm just going to drizzle just a little bit. And then I'm going to add my prosciutto. That. And then I'm going to go with my provolone cheese. Very nice. And then I have my beautiful Italian parsley and basil. Yum. And then I'm going to add a mix of my salami and some extra cheese. And then I'm going to put my lettuce mixture on top of that. That's my arugula, iceberg lettuce, little red cabbage, little carrot, very healthy, and my delicious Roma tomatoes. My mouth is watering already. Look at that sandwich, wow. It looks fantastic. Excellent. There's an extra piece of cheese which I'm going to eat. Now we're going to place the top. Just going to bring it together. Very little spillage. Good job, Doug. You really could have put this at the bottom though. But that's good. So now we have our delicious sandwich made. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it in some wax paper. So, we're going to wrap it in some wax paper. Why are we wrapping in wax paper? So, sort of like all those, the olive oil and the olives, they all kind of get embedded into that bread. And let me lift this up. Like that. I'm going to fold it over this way and this way. And then we're going to go top to bottom. Now, like I said, why are we doing this? This is just to bring all those flavors together. Okay? So we're going to just, you can weight this and put like another board on top if you wanted to, like this, and maybe something heavier. Just want to make sure that everything is kind of coming together. We're going to put this in the refrigerator, let that sit there for around an hour, and then we're going to take it out and you're going to take a look at our delicious, yummy sandwich. Okay, so it's actually been about 45 minutes. I took it out of the refrigerator, and let's take a look at our yummy sandwich. Can you hear Winston? He's hungry. I already fed him, but he smells this delicious sandwich. Mmm. Look at this. Oh, can you see the sides? Hopefully I can do a close up. All right, so let me cut it. I'm gonna use a serrated knife. And basically, we're gonna cut it in half first. Let's take a look. Look at that. Look how pretty that looks. Yummy. All right, so I'm gonna cut this again. So this could feed 2 people, or you can break it up even smaller. Maybe you wanted to do this one on third, so it could be a total of 6 people. But I think this is a pretty good sized sandwich. I think this is a good sandwich for someone. And so 2 each maybe, or you could do 4 people if they just had one. One might be enough. I don't know, it's actually really good, so maybe one won't be enough. All right, but look how pretty that looks. Let's take a bite. So good. With that olive oil and that olive little relish. You don't really need anything else. Another thing you can do if you wanted to, if you wanted to add a little mayonnaise maybe to the bottom, you could. But I like it like this without it. And it is so good. I'm sorry I keep eating it. The garlicky bread. With all those delicious meats and the cheeses, the onion, the arugula, the lettuce, the tomatoes, the olives. So good. Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas today. Remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe. And please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, happy healthy living. Bye-bye.